By the nature of the selection, number one overall picks are often thrown into very difficult situations. And let's be honest, that's only amplified if you're a quarterback. Last year's top pick, Trevor Lawrence, had it worse than most. Not only tasked with a basically talentless roster, but also inept ownership that had kept the Jaguars at the bottom of the barrel, and a head coach who was more interested in blondes at the bar than the one standing behind center. With all that chaos and an abysmal 3-14 record, there's no judgment for anyone that checked out on the Jaguars last season. Hell, we did. But at this point, it's time to look back over the young signal callers tape in our brand new series called Rookie Report. We'll be breaking down the film of last year's top selected quarterbacks to show you how they performed in their rookie seasons and how they fit into the current NFL landscape, starting with Jar Jar himself. The consensus top selection in a quarterback-heavy class, Trevor Lawrence had the prototypical size and arm to be in contention for the top pick, and then cemented that with his film, showing elite accuracy with both rifles and floaters and the ability to perform in the highest of high moments. The NFL tape continued to show his incredible arm talent, with Lawrence capable of throwing any and every pass. He's got the arm strength to hit anywhere on the field, but it's more than just that. His motion is quick and precise, allowing for extreme accuracy underneath and between zones. And the velocity he can put on the ball, paired with that quick release, allows him to drive the ball into tight windows at the intermediate level. Like this ball here against Atlanta. He's reading the dropping backer, and as soon as he pivots to face him, Lawrence knows he's seeing a Tampa 2, firing a laser past his outstretched hand right to his tight end in the intermediate gap. Here against Miami, they're going to show man, but roll into cover 3. And look how quickly and patiently Lawrence reads this, firing a perfect strike in between the hook curls to move the chains. On 3rd and long, the Colts drop into a cover 4, but again, Lawrence knows how to read this and has the zip to get it there. He's watching Darius Leonard, knowing he has him in a bind between the dig and the out. And when he stays static to play the back, Lawrence drives it in once again, getting the ball to his man before the safety can come downhill. And here it is again underneath. He quickly identifies the cover 2 and has the arm strength and quick release to slot it between the underneath zones to move the chains. But for us, what's most impressive about Lawrence's arm talent is his ability to throw with touch. It's the hardest skill of them all, and Lawrence is already making throws several veterans just don't have the talent to complete. Watch the beautiful touch he throws this with against the Colts. Holding the safety with his eyes on the play action, Lawrence is slightly late to Marvin Jones' seam route, but his tight spiral allows him to get this up and down over the underneath level, right between the numbers of his receiver. And here's an even more ridiculous touch throw. Miami has everybody up, showing their patented cover 0 look, rolling back into cover 3 to try and confuse the rookie. But Lawrence remains unflustered, reading his man come open up the seam, fitting the ball over the dropping linebacker to his receiver before the safety can get there. Impressive stuff. And honestly, we've saved the best for last. Same game, just a drive earlier, and you cannot throw a fade route better than this. Now, T-Law took some flack in the evaluation process last spring due to his lack of need to go through progressions at Clemson. However, this was much more to do with offensive philosophy than with a lack of talent on Trevor's part. Despite glaring rookie errors, and we'll be getting to those in the next section, his poise, command of the offense, and his ability to get through his reads is where Lawrence really won us over. This is a great example against the Bengals, getting to his 4th read to move the chains on 3rd down. Watch him read the whip and seam on the front side of the formation, before scanning back to the drag, and when this is covered by the 2 robber zones, reading Chenault's dig on the backside, firing a strike to move the chains. And here's another great snap against Arizona. The play design is nothing special with just corner and out routes mirrored on either side, but his work through the reads is genuinely great. He first reads the front side of the formation, and seeing that this is locked up, immediately works back to the backside. Lawrence rainbows one to the back corner, putting it over the top of the DB and right between the eyes of his man for the score. Here it is from the end zone view, and just watch how quick he's through these reads. Not many rookies can do that, y'all. This processing speed not only allows him to get through his progressions, but read the defense at a faster clip, allowing him to do one of the most prized skills of all quarterbacks: throw your man open. Here against the Patriots, the Jags are running a play-action crossing concept designed to pick on cover 3. And it's just their luck because that's exactly what Belichick's called. The wide angle makes this look like a good in-rhythm throw, but it's the end zone angle that shows how good this is. Pausing on the windup, look how he's anticipating where Jones is going to be, throwing round the dropping 48 into the next window. There's QBs who play their whole career in the NFL and struggle with this skill. Here's another bit of high-level anticipation against Atlanta, but with the difficulty ramped up. The Jags have a pick play lined up trying to use the hitch to create a screen for the post route, and Lawrence will wind up before he's even out of the cut, throwing this blind with his receiver hidden by the traffic, putting it up and over multiple defenders to the perfect spot in the back of the end zone. And here's a fabulous read of the roll defense paired with anticipation to throw his guy open. The Titans start out showing man, but roll to Tampa 2, and seeing the safeties rotate, Lawrence knows the corner route will come open to the boundary, throwing with touch to his right man. Pocket movement is usually the first thing you have to clean up in rookie QBs, especially those whose natural talent has propelled them beyond the undisciplined rushes of college linemen. However, Lawrence is already light years ahead of schedule movement-wise. He shows the maturity to escape through the front of the pocket, able to shift his hips to sway from oncoming rushers, and then step up into the vacated space, all while keeping his eyes downfield. This is a terrifying thing to do as thousands of pounds of human come flying at you, and something honestly most struggle with, as we will be extensively covering throughout our rookie reports. Hint hint, make sure to subscribe for those. So to see Trevor show this maturity was very impressive. His fluid movement extends beyond the pocket, where he's an effective runner off boot action. He has the wiggle to make a man miss, and his long 6'6" frame makes him incredibly dangerous in short yardage situations. Having a quarterback who can do this down on the goal line will make the Jaguars a difficult team to defend whenever they can get a competent play caller. Now, with the praise handed out, it's time to talk about some of the bad stuff. The biggest concern for Lawrence is his lack of care with the football, posting a league-leading 17 interceptions while fumbling a further 9 times. There's no single issue causing this, but rather multiple factors compounding to elevate the problem. The plight of every star college quarterback is thinking that they can be a hero on every single down, and Lawrence falls for the same trap, being unable to give up on a play, leading to some horrible hits and even worse throws. Now this is a real rookie error here against the Pats. The RPO is completely sussed out by the defense, and with 2 guys bearing down on him, he's got to know to just throw this away or get down. Throwing this off your back foot is just asking for trouble. Here against Tennessee, they're going to show the cover 0 look we showed earlier from Miami, and again drop into a cover 3. However, this time, Lawrence tries to force it over the middle. He's got to know down and distance here and just sacrifice the first for the greater good. Instead, he forces it, and this pick goes straight into the breadbasket of Rashaan Evans. The NFL punishes you though, because if you're hesitant on a read, someone is going to come from the backside and take that ball from you. You especially cannot hesitate on college concepts. Get it out or get down, or you're going to be listed on the injury report for next week. We praised his ability to get through his reads earlier, but Lawrence was not completely free of the magnet eyes that plague so many rookie and some veteran QBs. There will be plays where he locks onto a target, is a beat late on the release, and the ball will be going back the other way. We like what we've seen, but the clock, it's gotta speed up. Zone defenders are just too quick in the NFL. You might get away with 1 stare down, but definitely not a second. The last major flaw leading to interceptions was his tendency to get erratic when on the move. We love the use of him in roll action. In fact, we think it's one of the few good ways the coaching staff utilized him in an otherwise vanilla college-inspired offense. But the problem kept cropping up, helping increase that interception tally. His mechanics overall became looser as the season progressed, and even more so when he was under pressure. A full NFL offseason with a competent coaching staff should hopefully tune this up for him. With the on-the-field stuff covered, it's time to talk about the real problem when evaluating Trevor Lawrence. And honestly, it's the team that drafted him. Since Shad Khan took over ownership 10 years ago, the Jags have managed to win just 44 games, steamrolling through coaches like a LeBron-led team, all while producing a product more putrid than last year's Lakers. To kick off the Trevor Lawrence era, Khan decided to spend big on college legend Urban Meyer, aiming to make the transition smoother for his young star. However, Khan spent zero time doing any actual background research into Meyer, picking on name recognition alone, ignoring the glaring red flags that were possible to spot all the way from Craven Cottage. What transpired was one of the most obvious and stupid car crashes we've seen in quite some time in the NFL, with stories ranging from flights missed for booty calls, to Meyer allegedly not knowing who Aaron Donald was, to being sued by his own punter for physical and verbal assault. I mean, come on, dude. Meyer offered exactly what anybody who had actually been paying attention to his career knew that you were going to get. An immoral, egotistic douchebag whose once visionary X's and O's had long become stale and outdated. The hiring of Doug Peterson gives us hope that there's an adult in charge now, and Lawrence will at least get a fair chance to develop. But with Trent Baalke still in charge of the front office, we have little faith that he can build out a roster around Trevor and give Peterson the groceries that he needs. We're firm believers in Lawrence, and the tape showed us he has a chance to be very good for a very long time. But honestly, he's got the game set to all Madden. Good luck to him. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and hit the subscribe button. We'll be dropping rookie reports every fortnight throughout the summer. Take care.